What's happening, guys? Today we got Bayern Munich versus Schalke. On account of Bayern Munich have signed Japanese youngster Takashi Usami from Gamba Osaka, and I normally use the two teams involved, but FIFA 11 doesn't have Japanese leagues, any of the Japanese leagues, and or the Japanese national team, so I couldn't really do anything about that. So I chose Schalke, which was also in the running to sign this under-19 Japanese starlet, as you would call them, because they were closely linked along with Bayer Leverkusen, but I just happened to pick Schalke. Anyway, he's set to go on loan for the season to Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich will have the option to buy permanently for and the fee is somewhere in between 1.5 million and 3.5 million euros. Now, I can't really tell you too much about this guy, Takashi Usami. I've been told he's a good player, and Bayern Munich have been monitoring him for 2 years, and finally have picked him up. They tried to get him in January, but he wouldn't agree in January, and now he's finally theirs. What I really wanted to talk about in this video was the impact of Asian players are having on Major League Football clubs throughout Europe as of late. There are plenty of Asian players out there, like Park Ji-young, Honda, Park Ji-sung, what's his name, Shinji, that's it, Shinji Kagawa, from Dortmund. There are plenty of them out there, but in my thinking beyond such things, if you were watching the World Cup or any competition that has Asian teams in it, you see their unbelievable work rate. When South Korea and Japan came to the World Cup this year, the work rate was unbelievable. They caused immense amounts of just pain and suffering towards teams. They're always moving around. They're like little flies, a lot of them. They're always around. And if they're good footballers and they can handle with their feet, they can handle the ball, they can pass, some of them be able to score, then you got that, then you got this guy who can do everything a normal player can do, but just does not stop running. I mean, you can get players who can be fantastic, but these players do not stop running. And they're normally really good in the midfield, or mostly recognized in the midfield, such as Park Ji-sung or Kagawa is. But they've become a bit of a staple now, as you see. You get a lot. You don't see too many big teams without an Asian player somewhere on the bench or starting. With that work rate, normally coming off the bench is a fantastic thing, especially considering that later in the game teams are tired and you have this guy who does not stop running really, and he's now part of he's now coming on the pitch and just creating loads and loads of problems, which is always something nice to have. Liverpool have been looking into signing a couple Asian players, and Park Ji-young and Honda are the top two at the moment. There's also this thing about Asian players where you get the entire Asian market, frankly. And it's also good for clubs money-wise. You get the Asian market, and it happens in a few. You know anything about American baseball? You get a couple Japanese players, such as Hideki Matsui or Matsuzaka, and their jerseys sell like fucking hotcakes over in Japan. And a lot of clubs make loads and loads of money off things like this. And especially in soccer, something that a lot of Asians play, obviously, you're gonna get humongous sales over there. So it's good for the club, good for the player, good for the team. These Asian players coming out here to Europe and playing. I wish I'd see more of them. I enjoyed watching South Korea and Japan play in the World Cup, and they play some fun football, and they're tremendous at set pieces. But that's it, guy. Takashi to Bayern Munich. So peace.